Hey, it's me again. It is 9:45 in the evening on a what is Saturday, the 21st of January. Yeah, so I was in my garage and I get this call from a friend. We ended up talking about my last tour of duty in Whidbey Island. So I was kind of asked, "Hey, what do I need to know? Before I get up there, if I ever pick up the getting stationed there." Oh, wow, that's awesome. Well, to begin with, he's asking me. I'm a surface sailor, right? And when I got stationed in Whidbey Island, I never got to be stationed in any of the squadrons because I ended up working for the Sea Beast. Surface sailor, worked with the Sea Beast in an air station. Figure that out, right? So what I was talking to him about was not about squadron life because I don't know anything about that. I was telling him about some of the things that he needed to know about the island, about the air station, the living lifestyles, where to live, etc., etc. So I said, I just got done creating a video about 5 things you need to know about getting stationed, naval station, ever. So I might as well do a short five. I don't know how long this is going to take. I'm already on my so many 1 minute and a half here. So I said, I'm just going to make one so that I'm able to help out those that are transitioning here, what they need to know about Whidbey Island. So here we go. All right. So first one is this. Yes, Whidbey Island is an island. Why am I even mentioning that is because he asked me, because he looked at Google Map and he looked, it's connected to the mainland from the north. And on the south, you get on a ferry. Not really. Yeah, it's connected to the mainland at the north tip of the island via a bridge. So there's a little strait. There's a narrow path under the bridge that you could go across from one county, which is Skagit County, out instead of going around the island and out. You go under the bridge, and I'm telling you, that is a very picturesque sight to behold. I was stationed there for 2.5 years, close to 3 years, and on my last 2 years, my first year, we moved across the strait, across the island to Marysville, Washington, where I live now. And for 2 years, I've been doing that drive, or me and my other service members were doing a drive, 53 miles one way to the north gate of the air station in Whidbey Island, over that bridge. So yes, there is a bridge, and it is a very picturesque sight. Google it up, and you will see what I am talking about. Now that you mentioned that, on the south end of the island, you can also get to the island via a ferry system from Mukilteo, Snohomish County, which is a town just west of Everett, which is the biggest town in the county. Okay, where we have the naval station, where the naval station in Everett, where the naval station Everett is located at in Everett. Did I even say that right? I don't even know. So yeah, you can see the naval station from the ferry. So, but as soon as you cross to the island, it takes you another hour to get to the air station, right? So those two things. Yes, it is an island, and the other way to get into the island is from a bridge up north, the ferry down south. All right. Third thing you need to know, and this you're going to be surprised, Whidbey Island actually gets is on the top of the list on what locale in Washington gets the least amount of rain. Yes, it doesn't rain a lot in Whidbey Island. It gets some snow once in a while, once every 3 years at sea level. Uh, it does get some fair amount of wind, but it doesn't rain a lot. It actually gets more sun there than the whole Washington state, right? Explain why. If you look at the map, on the west side of Whidbey Island is the Olympic National Park, which is actually cocooned by the Olympic mountains. So when the wind blows in from the Pacific and goes through the strait, that range of mountains sucks up all the moisture. Now the wind just continues on and hits smack with the island, and then it gets dry. Or if there is any moisture left, very, very insignificant. Not as much as what we get in Seattle or over on the east side of the sound where I live. Okay, so Uh, I want to talk about rain one of these times. We really don't get a lot of rain. Not like where I came from, back home in the Philippines. You know, where we get rain like 8 months out of the year. When it rains. So, but anyway, when I say it doesn't rain as much, it doesn't mean it doesn't rain. Okay. So, yes, Whidbey Island is an island, and to and from Whidbey Island is from a bridge to a ferry, vice versa. You don't want to take that route. And the rain situation. Fourth one is this. Whidbey Island, because of it's not as accessible as any of these towns on the I-5 corridor or the Interstate 90 corridor or in the Seattle urban sections or suburban areas that surround Seattle, right? Because it is not yet as urbanized as those. It still has that old charm, mentality, culture built into the island itself. There's a lot of towns. The biggest one is, of course, Oak Harbor. Now, when you look at Oak Harbor, it is very unique because Oak Harbor kind of sits in between all the air assets and properties that the air station actually has. To the north of Oak Harbor is Altfield, where all the air squadrons are based at. On the east, where the main Navy Exchange and Commissary is at, on the water side. Well, they're all on the water side. What am I talking about? It's the seaplane base. Okay? And yes, in World War II, it used to be a seaplane base. And on the south is where we have the outlying field. It's just a strip of runway that the pilots use to touch and go, to land and take off again and again and again. So the whole island, the whole town is surrounded by these three outjoining properties of the air station. Okay. Lastly, what you need to know, this is very important, is when you ultimately live here and you end up buying a house and you end up living in one of those properties, you need to be careful because you are going to be signing an addendum stating that you are in a designated flight path. Now, I'm an ESWA sailor. So when I got here, I didn't really flight. I don't give a shit, damn, you know. When I got stationed here, the Prowler Surrender Prime, where, well, we're getting started to get decommissioned, and the air assets were transitioning to the Growler. These guys are loud. Yeah, you think the Prowlers are loud? These guys, well, I don't see the difference, but they are loud. That's one reason why I love Whidbey Island, right? I like peace and quiet. Because as a surface sailor, you're not used to this stuff. The aviation community, yeah, they are. But there are designated spots on the eastern corridor that approaches the island, on the north to south end that approaches the outlying field, where they are designated as flight paths. Now, to those civilian folks that live there, that's currently an issue in the state right now. I think they're all banding together and suing. I don't know already what happened to that. But I tell folks that are moving here, and if you're purchasing a house, you better know where you're going to live. Now, your agent will know where those flight paths are. I think they would, because I know where they are. Not because I'm just an agent, but I was also in the service, so I know where they come in and go. All right? I just don't want you to be waking up at 0200 in the morning and doing their touch and goes in the middle of the night. Right? Explain why. Oh, shoot, how come there? Nobody else told me about this. Well, now I'm telling you. Okay? So learn those, right? Not much. I just want you guys to enjoy it. This is an island with old charm qualities, with a culture totally unique. When you kind of compare it with other states, Texas, Florida, Norfolk, San Diego, Hawaii, very, very quiet lifestyle we live here. Yeah, they call us tree huggers here, or yeah, they just like the rain. Here we go again, right? No, it doesn't rain a lot here, just overcast conditions, which makes Whidbey Island totally unique. So, folks, if you have any questions at all, feel free to send me a comment or whatever. Call me. You guys know me on Facebook where I'm at, all right? And I am not one of those that would be hiding behind somebody's back when I don't know anything about what we're talking about. So feel free. Ask me a question, make a comment, or anything like that. All right? So to the men and women out there that are currently active, that are deployed, that are forward deployed, that have currently deployed, there is a reason why yours truly gets to do what I do. So simply because you guys get to do what you do. I am very appreciative of that. I thank you for that. To the men and women, our sons and daughters, our friends and family, our brothers and sisters, you guys stay safe. There's a reason why you're out there. It's because it allows me to do what I do out here. I know you've left, but the beauty about leaving is coming home. So you guys come on home. We all love you. You guys enjoy the evening. Post.